So we'll go on to the top division in the West Conference. So we've got Happy Valley. So we've got the Borden Regis Falcons, 156 against the Melbourne Supremacy and Pro Supremacy at 209. That's them going 10-1. The South London Rebels at 7-4, 189 against the Dickensheath Demons, 195, up to 6-5. Belfast Benchwarmers, 171 against the Kirkwall Raiders. Good one, Alan. 189.62. Then you've got the Kirkwall Cowboys breaking his losing streak. 217 against the Gothenburg Angels, 178. Darlow Destroyers are defending champions, 239 against the EU Villains, 193. Cruise Argonauts, 181 against the Portland Lumberjacks. They're gonna go, what are you doing, man? 121.32.
Going for the Crew Juggernauts as well keeps them in the hunt.
Definitely. So we've got 10-1, 3-7-4 between the Darlow Destroyers, Kirkwall Cowboys, and South London Rebels. Dickens' team at 6-5, then 5-6 for spot 6, 7, 8, and 9 for the Benchwarmers, the Juggernauts, Lumberjacks, and the Falcons. And
Yeah,
I know
so, I mean,
you could have Alan, any of them could get in, but yeah, you've got to think now 10, 11, and 12 are not getting in.
Oh, they're not. Three wins and too many above them at 5 and 6 as well, I would say. But the Melbourne Supremacy have now nailed down their bye in the playoffs, no doubt. So, I mean, I guess if they lose out, then it could go, but that's not going to happen. So, yeah, well done, Melbourne Supremacy. You'll get a wee bye in the playoffs and get a rest. Obviously, it doesn't get you promotion. There's nowhere to be promoted to, but it will get. And for the top four now, the top four, we have a top four now. It's down to 7 and 4. So Dickensheath Demons, if they want to get involved in the race for the title, then they're going to need to get at least 2 wins, and the Belfast Benchwarmers, well, they're holding the spot at the moment, but there's so many at 5 and 6 that it can't be by much. What's it? Oh no, it is actually. It's by about 80 odd points, isn't it? So as long as they keep winning, their points should stay above. So yeah, it's all very tight there for the last couple of playoff spots. But and it looks the top four's opening up. I would say that Dickensheath Demons, are the only team that could probably get in there against the South London Rebels. And of course, this win was a big way towards that. Obviously this has given them a good chance of getting into the top four now. That's with Bartley not doing much. Is Bartley ever going to start swinging again? There's just something not right with that Philadelphia Eagles offense, is there? It looks a bit in disarray, despite the fact they're still winning.
I know. I just can't believe they're still winning. But how many false starts have they had in that flipping toothbrush though?
It's ridiculous. It's just they have to outlaw it because it's a false start every single time. But what can you do?
They had that when they played the Giants for 4-1 and went false start and got the first down on the goal line. It's 4 in a row.
It's just a ridiculous play. I mean, technically they could just do it every single play and they would get 10 yards every time because often they push it for 3-4 yards, so they would get 10 yards every time. That would. I wish they would do it just once. Just do it for a whole entire drive, doing nothing but the tush push. That would ban it pretty quick.
Oh no! Imagine doing it in the Super Bowl.
They did do it in the Super Bowl, didn't? Oh yeah, every play. That would be good.
They did it 4 times against the Giants from like the 6-yard line.
I mean, they do. They've done it more than once.
And the 4-1 was offside, false start, so it shouldn't really count. But yeah, Pickens
Michael Wilson, there's a big player at the moment. There's a big player for you, Michael Wilson. I mean, he's even outplayed McBride there, 41.75. But with Harrison out and Brissett in and throwing very well, I think he's a massive player and he's on a lot of agencies at the moment, so I think he's going to be a real big player this week. I think he's going to score a lot of points. So, and of course he did last week and made a difference.
I know, I had him in the home league, but I'd only picked him up for the game as a backup from the Conky. I wish I'd played him, but I still won. But we'd have a lot better win, even with non-PPR.
I'm sure you're playing him this week.
He is in the team this week. Yes, he certainly is. Yes. Yeah. So.
The options there on the bench, there's not many options on the bench here. DK might be a play this week with Anna Manor out, but it's just so difficult for the Titans because they are an awful offense. One of the worst offenses I think we've seen in the NFL for a long, long time, to be fair. So,
Well,
yeah,
I think
they've got a lot of work to do. But, I mean, when they do something, it does seem to be him, doesn't it? So,
yeah.
it's a
Well,
possible
in
player.
our division, I think for the top 3 flex spots for free agency, it's Gunnar Helm, Chigakonko, and Dike. That's the 3 players at the top of the free agency list for the so-called bits for this week. So
there's a reason for that, that therein lies a reason for that. Yeah, I mean the Melbourne Supremacy, they're not caring now. They're on to week 15 now. They're not caring about now. So it's a good week, I would say, for Dick and Heath Demons to get them 6 and 5. Needing the win, that's for sure. Yeah, and 2, 5 and 6s, Belfast Benchwarmers and Bolton Regis Falcons. Well, the loser of that game's pretty much it's all over for them. I would say, they've got to start thinking about staying in the division. South London Rebels get a nice game to get themselves to that 8 win and keep themselves in that top 4. Darlow Destroyers as well, a nice game for them to have this week. That'll get the defending champions and all that. That's the top 4 is very much looming for them now.
And the Cowboys.
Big game for Crew Juggernauts. That's that could be the thorn in the side there. If the Crew Juggernauts can get the win against Kirkwall Cowboys, that keeps that race for the fourth place alive. And a good week for the Portland Lumberjacks to get one of the bottom teams, at 5 and 6. That could give them a chance of keeping themselves involved in the playoffs.
Who the Bogneys have had? James Cook, Shakir.
Maybe a defender as well, isn't there?
Oh, 2 defenders. I had the kicker and Bernard's only 10 points and 7. So basically,
so
I've had 4 players playing with 64 points. So.
It's a nice point start, but it's 4 players in, you're 4 players deep. So I'm very much one of, I like to get the points on the board and then watch, my opponent's players come at me. I'm very much, I let's get the points on the board and see where we're at. So good start for Borgman and Regis Falcons in my eyes. It's, and, still second favourites for the game by the looks of it, but they've got the points on the board and the Belfast Benchwarmers, well, they've got to come get them now. So,
well, that's all you need now is like a couple of bad players, a couple of bad scores, and yeah, it's happened so many times this year.